Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. So, I recently started rewatching Sistas over again from season 1, and I just finished season 1, headed into season 2, but I had to make a video about season 1 and all the stuff the ladies did that pissed me off. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention when I first started watching Sistas, but season 1 really pissed me off, okay? Now let's start with Andy, since the season did start off with her and Gary, the scene with her and Gary or whatever. And from that moment, when she first got with Gary, she already knew he was married, but yet you're mad when she's calling his phone and he has to go home to his wife. You're mad, but you already knew that he was married to begin with. That's what started my frustration with Andy. So moving right along, after all Gary put her through, losing her job, being mixed up in his divorce, having to deal with Jasmine and her craziness, having to deal with Morris and his BS, having to deal with her boss at work who was scamming her too, trying to push her into taking Jasmine's case. After all this stuff that stems back to Gary, she still was there every step of the way bailing him out, and it really pissed me off for Andy, because it's like, girl, you see what this man is doing to you, and yet and still you continuously bail him out. And at first Karen was, with Andy. She's like, oh, if you like Gary, then, do what you gotta do, stay with him, blah, blah, until the ladies found out he was messing with multiple women. And then that's when Karen jumped off the bandwagon and she like, Andy, you need to leave this man alone. And that's when all the ladies stopped liking Gary. But Andy, season 1 really just had me yelling at the TV, because I'm like, what is up with these ladies? And speaking of Karen, I think her and Andy was neck and neck of the people that really had my blood boiling. Because it's like, yes, I know Zach did whatever he did, but once you met Aaron at the grocery store, the disrespect that you showed Zach was crazy. The way you talked to him in front of Aaron, and then the fact of the matter is, you continue messing with Aaron after his wife killed herself in front of you. But hold on, let me rewind. You were still messing with Aaron when y'all wasn't sleeping together, but you were still talking to him after he called his wife to the restaurant to bring her wallet so that he could pay for dinner. First of all, that would have been cut off right then and there, but you kept on going, and then the wife ended up killing herself in front of you at your salon, and yet and still you're there at your apartment kissing this man after all that happened. Zach walks in on y'all, and you want to make it seem like, oh, it's nothing, I'm not messing with him, da 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 da. And then when the brother comes after you and Zach is the hero and he gets stabbed in the stomach for trying to protect you, you still choose Aaron over him. And it's just like, all this stuff that this man is bringing your way, all this stuff that Aaron is bringing your way since you met him, and yet and still you still continue to mess with him. And it's like, girl, and you just belittled Zach every chance you got, and that's why you so bitter now in season 7 and those upcoming seasons when Zach get with Fatima. That's why you so bitter now, because you knew you was wrong in the beginning when how you handled Zach. But this neither here nor there. Now let's talk about Sabrina, okay? Because she met an amazing man, and yet even though Calvin had his ways, where you look at him suspect, he still really, you could tell he really loved or liked Sabrina. And you could tell Sabrina really liked him as well. But my thing is with Sabrina, she let her friends get in her ear, and especially Danny, and make her rethink, everything about Calvin. If you really like this man, sometimes it's best to keep your friends out of your business because they're the ones that'll be your downfall. This man, Calvin, wanted a family, even though he already had a child with a one-night stand. He still wanted a family, and there's something that you want now in this current season. Season 7, you want a family now, you want whatever, all this with Rich, with a man who does not want any of that. So now you lost out on a good man who wanted what you want now. And it's just like, I feel like in season 7, she's kind of bitter now that she knows that, Calvin has moved on with his life, because she knew that that man really liked her. And the fact that in season 1, she let her friends get in her ear and, taunt the relationship that she had with Calvin, because Calvin would do anything for Sabrina. And it just sucks that, she let little things stop her from being with this man. And last but not least, Danny, she was real chill. Season 1, she was the one who, when everybody was going through their problems, she was the one who spoke her mind or was trying to speak her mind. But, the ladies was always trying to shush her to not say what, everybody wanted to know, basically. And that's the type of friend you need to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, Danny was that rider, she always been that ride or die friend who gonna speak her mind and tell it like it is. But one thing that I did not like was how when she first met Preston and they was supposed to go on a date, and he was like, no, let's go to the store, I'll get some groceries, I'll cook for you. And when they went to the store, she thought those two ladies was laughing at her being with Preston. And so it was so sad how she switched up on Preston, and Preston didn't know what was going on. She just like switched her whole mood and everything on Preston, and she's like, you know what, just take me home and da da da. And then when they got in the car, Preston's like, well, what happened? Why are you mad? And she's like, oh, those ladies was laughing at me, blah, blah. And he's like, they probably wasn't even laughing at you. They probably was laughing at me. I got on these cowboy boots, da, 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 da. And it was like, I was so mad at that scene. I'm like, Danny, they probably was laughing at that dress you had on. They probably wasn't even laughing at you being with Preston. They probably was laughing at that dress because, baby, it looked like you was going to Bible study. Lord, forgive me, but girl, please. Like, you really tried Preston. But I was happy that, she was able to say what she was feeling and, let Preston know what was bothering her, even though she shouldn't have, changed her mood and switched up on him like that, because that was wrong. But for the most part, Danny was cool first season. But y'all let me know down in the comment section below what y'all thought about season 1 of Sistas. I know, like I said, I'm rewatching it, so I'm just talking about it. I'm not going to do like split up videos, just one full video of the things that really irked me about the seasons. And, some positive things as well. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch y'all in my season 2 review video. Bye, y'all.